What's up, everybody? Squirrel Man's back again. I'm getting on the plane tomorrow, going back to Nebraska, getting back in the truck. I'm about to do the longest tour I've ever done in my life. It should be about 4 months, unless, God forbid, something gets in my way or if my plans change or something. I don't really plan on being back home until like right before Christmas, which will be awesome because I have a huge trip planned. I can't wait. I'm going to Durham Town. Cannot wait. If you're a dirt bike, four-wheeler, off-road person, then you don't know what Durham Town is, you need to look it up. It's badass. Um, Reason why I was making this video tonight is to ask, to say, is it a good time to get into trucking? I don't think there's ever really a bad time to get into trucking. I can tell you, it's never going to be like perfect for a rookie driver. It's just not. I've spoke on this before numerous times. The sacrifices you're going to have to make as a new driver. You're not going to get out there and be rich in the first year. I've said this before. Don't buy anything. I've said this before. Across the board, you're not going to make that much money. But if you can break through the wall of that first year or two, you're going to be all right. With all this immigration going on, with them cracking down on these cereal box drivers, I've spoken about before, the people that got their license out of a cereal box that should not be driving. With the government cracking down on them, yeah, you're going to have a lot of people losing their CDLs, which means you're going to have a lot of openings. So that's always good. But I also think when you hear all these rumors, and I fell for this shit too, like 4 or 5, almost 5 years ago. We need drivers so bad. It's so easy to get a driver. I think that's bullshit. Honestly, I think that's hype created by the industry to get people to sign up. I really do. For these, let me say it again. I think that's hype created by these mega carriers to get people to sign up, because they know when a brand new driver gets behind that wheel, they know they can exploit and abuse the shit out of them, and they don't have to pay them anything. And that's exactly what happened to me and Biscuit, and I bet you that happened to so many other people. So honestly, I don't really ever believe there's going to be like this mass shortage of drivers. I just don't believe it. There's so many of them out there. I see it every day. I'm at these truck stops every day. I see how many trucks are on the road. There's a shit ton of them. When I'm going to believe that garbage is when I start pulling into these truck stops in like Atlanta or some shit, and there's open spots at like 6, 7 o'clock at night. When you start seeing open spots 6, 7 o'clock at night around a big city, you might have some problems, because that just does not happen. It doesn't happen ever. That would tell me something. If you're getting ready to get into driving right now, I've spoke about this before. I've spoke about the background checks and things that you're going to have to go through. People ask me all the time, what kind of drug test do I have to do for these certain companies? Dude, from now on to the end of time, just assume every time you go to a company, you got to take a piss test and a hair test. It seems like every company I've gone to now, for the last like 4 companies, it's always a piss test and a hair test. So just assume that every time. And I've said this before. I've said this so many times. If you're getting ready, and they're going to tell you the same thing I'm about to tell you. If you're about to go to a CDL school and you think for even 1 second that you're not going to pass a drug test, don't fucking go. Just wait. Don't go. They're not going to give a shit. These CDL schools are not these aren't the people you're working for. These are just the people that are training you. They don't give a shit if you work or not. They're not going to call people on the phone and say, oh, don't hire this guy. He got up and walked out when I talked about a drug test. They don't fucking care. They don't care. So I'm telling you right now, if you think for 1 second you're going to fail a drug test, don't go. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if you do go and you do fail a drug test, you're going to go in the black book. And if you don't know what clearinghouse is, you need to look up clearinghouse. Just Google clearinghouse CDL. Google that. because you should already be signed up for that before you even go into the CDL school. That will save you so much time. But clearinghouse, in a nutshell, is like a government entity that keeps track of all CDL drivers. So, like I said, if you fail a drug test, they're going to find out about it. You're going to go in the black book. You're fucked. You're not going to get... It'd be very, very fucking difficult for you to get a job after that. Anything like, oh, if you abandon a truck because you have a little temper tantrum, yeah, you're definitely going in the black book for that. Definitely. Never, ever abandon a truck. That's a really stupid idea. As pissed off as I was at Bar-None and other companies, I would never ever do that. So anyway, I'm going to keep this video kind of short. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like, share, please subscribe. I'm almost to 1,000. I'm almost to 900. I need 1,000 subscribers. I would really, really appreciate it if y'all help me get to 1,000 subscribers. That's all I need. So anyway, let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll catch you on the flip side.